The other thing, so take a look at this, and this will show you where we're at. Deshaun Watson recorded 34.4 total QBR against the Eagles. That was his second highest of the season. And we've heard earlier all week long, Watson starting. It's Kevin Stefanski's decision. Gives him the best opportunity to win. I'm kind of, and again, I thought Watson would be better. I was for building the offense around him. It's not working. How do you continue to do the same thing with this offense and expect it to be any different? I just don't get. I don't get that.
Yeah, what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result? Well, it hasn't happened with Deshaun Watson. It happened when you went to Joe Flacco. And by the way, Joe Flacco and Baker Mayfield this past week combined to throw for over 600 yards, 6 touchdowns, and 2 victories. Deshaun Watson and the Browns are now 1-5 this year with him as the starting quarterback. And I don't see it getting any better, even with Nick Chubb coming back this week. Nick Chubb should take some of the pressure off of Watson, but now Jerry Jeudy's your one. Who's your two? Who's Elijah Moore's been a complete bust, except for when Flacco was throwing him the ball. And so that this offense, I don't see how it's going to get any better with Kevin Stefanski still calling plays. Ken Dorsey is still your offensive coordinator. What he does, I have no idea, but that's the title he was given. And when did the Bills get better last year? When they fired Dorsey, right? They went on and improved their offense. So you brought in a guy that the Bills didn't want. Now you traded a guy that the Bills do want in Cooper, which weakens your wide receiver room. So this whole season, they're done. They're not making the playoffs. This is a complete rebuild. The season is over. The offensive line has been in shambles all year, whether they've been healthy or not. Deshaun Watson has been a complete bust. I saw, somewhere on social media this week, they said, forget about the worst trade in NFL history. It may be the worst trade in sports history, the Deshaun Watson trade. So it's trending down that path right now at 1-5, and you've got the Bengals, the Ravens, and the Chargers before the bye week. And if anybody truly believes it's Kevin Stefanski's decision to stick with Deshaun Watson because he gives them the best chance to win, then I don't want to say what I really want to say because that wouldn't be appropriate for this interview. But let's just say he's not the one who's being forced to play Deshaun Watson, or he's not the one deciding to play Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, and again, I keep asking this question: how do you sell it to the guys in the locker room? How do you sell it to the other guys? The Myles Garretts and the guys on the line that are beating the crap out of each other. For 60 minutes every Sunday.
And the fans, too. How can you sell this to the fans that he gives you the best chance? You brought in Jameis Winston, and he gives great speeches and everything, and he has experience. Is it really going to be any worse if you play Jameis Winston? Sometimes you just got to bite the bullet, man. We screwed up. We wasted $230 million and all those draft picks. Let's move forward instead of hanging on to something that's not working, and Deshaun Watson is not working.